bom dia! Como você está? Eu sou Penny Dreadful. Welcome to the Masters of the Universe Classics Wishlist series. Since at the time of this video it's summer here in the States, and I just posted the Sawtooth video, I want to keep up with the aquatic theme, the marine theme, if you will. So today we're taking a look at a cult favorite character from the Brazilian comics, Shezar. Some people call her Shezar, some people call her Shezar. I believe it's pronounced Shezar, like Shazam, but with an AR at the end. So, the Portuguese language Editora Abril, Masters of the Universe and Princess of Power comic books were officially licensed comics published in Brazil in the 1980s. These comics introduced some exciting new characters into the worlds of He-Man and She-Ra, and the most popular of these is the villainous/anti-hero Shezar, co-created by writer José Menezes and legendary comic book artist Watson Portela. I recently translated the pages of this comic into English, and those were restored with the text transposed by Dusan Mitrovic. It's a cool story, and you can find it on my Facebook page and on He-Man.org. I'll put a link in the description below. The basic gist of this story is this. When young women begin disappearing on Eternia, and strange occurrences start happening in the waters of Lake Crawley, He-Man investigates. He follows a strange craft called the Black Pearl to the bottom of the lake, and when he enters, he learns that the women have been kidnapped by Shezar, the Dominator of Light, an aquatic princess from the long-dead planet Antar. She plans to use the kidnapped Eternians to help propagate her species, which is nearly extinct. In addition to her Black Pearl vehicle, Shezar possesses an incredibly powerful weapon called the Polarizer. With this incredible weapon, she can blast enemies with black lightning, induce hallucinations, dominate the will of people and sea creatures, and even absorb light and energy, which she can then blast back at her foes. Skeletor craves the Polarizer of power and attacks and then captures Shezar in order to obtain it. Shezar also possesses innate abilities such as the power to emit intense, high-pitched sound waves which can form a barrier of protection. She's not all she seems, as her humanoid form isn't her true form. We learn that she's actually a type of sentient, non-humanoid alien fish, what's referred to as her primitive form. There's also this creepy in-between stage where Shezar looks humanoid but is much more fish-like. After her encounter with Skeletor, Shezar seems to learn her lesson at the end of the story, wishes He-Man and Man-at-Arms well, and leaves Eternia. There's a bit of a tragic villain quality to Shezar that I really like. She's kind of a Magneto type of villain. Shezar wasn't seen again in the Brazilian comics, but re-emerged in the present day in Masters of the Universe Classics continuity. She showed up in the bios for Camo Con, where Skeletor is looking for the Polarizer, and in Jewel Star's Masters Monday's bio, where Shezar teams up with Admiral Scurvy to cause problems on Etheria and seemingly returns to her twisted, watery ways. Now then, let's see how Shezar would look in classics. Here is a phenomenal design by talented artist and animator Tom Brisky from the series of Fwoosh website articles which were written by Brian Charles Rooney. This is epic, and leaves no doubt that the character would be an awesome, striking figure for Masters of the Universe Classics. Tom even includes the head for her primitive form. There's the Polarizer, which of course is an essential pack-in for the character. She has to come with her Polarizer. And I love these aquatic-themed weapons too, just brilliant. Next up is another magnificent design by talented artist and writer Eric Gibbagok Marshall for his Neoclassic series on He-Man.org. Just look at this. She looks so wicked and just ready to send you to your watery grave. So cool. Eric just really nailed it here. So what do you think of Shezar? A marine being from space? Yeah. We need this figure in Classics immediately. How awesome would it be to get a Brazilian Comics PowerCon 2-pack with Shezar versus the robotic hero Princess Kerma, who appeared in another story during the series run. I plan to do a video on her at some point too. The thing I love about Classics is that it encompasses every single version of Masters of the Universe, Princess of Power, and New Adventures. Sadly, Mattel has put classics into hibernation, so we may never get a Shezar and other characters. Entre em contato com Mattel. If you want Shezar, contact Mattel, or before long, we'll all be gasping for air as we're hit by a tidal wave that drags us 20,000 leagues under the sea. Don't let that happen. Good journey.